So I just wanted to go over a few polls regarding the Democratic primary in Nevada that's going to be taking place tomorrow. So this is from Atlas Intel poll. The poll date was 2/19 to 2/21. So the last couple of days, basically, check this out. Bernie Sanders, a whopping 38% of the support in this poll. 38%. That is huge. That is massive. Seems like Bernie just, he did well in Iowa. He won Iowa. He won New Hampshire. It looks like he's going to win Nevada unless there's some more shady crap going on with the whole caucus system, which there is a chance. Definitely, obviously, hope it doesn't happen because more often than not, it's going to be used to harm Bernie Sanders and take away support from him. But 38% at this Atlas Intel poll. Buttigieg 14. Steyer 11, Biden 11, Warren 9, Amy Klobuchar 5. So Bernie with over double the support of the next closest candidate, Buttigieg, 3 times the support of Biden, more than 4 times the support of Elizabeth Warren. And again, from my perspective, Elizabeth Warren is only in the race at this point to torpedo Bernie Sanders' chance of becoming the nominee. If she was truly and really deeply concerned about getting a progressive elected to the White House, she would have dropped out at this point and endorsed Bernie Sanders, encouraged all of her supporters to do the same. There was a 538 did this scenario, what is the likelihood of each candidate winning the nomination? Bernie was about 2 and 5, I think 38% chance. The next closest, I think, was Bloomberg or Biden at like 15 or 16, something like that. Elizabeth Warren, 2%. 2% chance of winning the nomination. Again, all she's doing at this point is dividing the progressive vote and just making it more likely that there'll be a brokered convention where the super delegates will steal the nomination from Bernie Sanders. But again, Elizabeth Warren is okay with super delegates overthrowing the will of the people. And recently, again, she just flip-flopped on not taking any super PAC money. Now she's saying, well, everybody else is doing it, so I have to do it to keep up as a woman in the race. All these other men have super PACs or billionaires, which Bernie doesn't have a super PAC. He's never said he's okay with taking super PAC money, and I don't know if Elizabeth Warren is referring to the Sunrise Movement, the group of youth climate activists who endorse Bernie Sanders and are doing everything that they can to, tackle climate change head on, so we actually have a inhabitable world to live on for us and for future generations. Kind of important. So they endorse Bernie Sanders. Is that what you're referencing to, Elizabeth Warren? The Sunrise Movement, this group of youth climate activists who are fighting for climate change and to ameliorate that as much as possible? Or is she talking about the United Nurses Union, the big nurse money going to Bernie Sanders? Is that what she's talking about? So again, she's just totally straw manning Bernie Sanders. He's not in support of super PACs, and he's the least corrupt candidate in the race. And Elizabeth Warren has lost all of her progressive bona fides, in my opinion, with her flip-flop on Medicare for All, with her knifing Bernie Sanders in the back, as well as now accepting super PAC money. And again, she's okay with super delegates at the convention overturning the will of the people. So that's Elizabeth Warren. If you're a progressive and you really want to make sure progressive gets elected, you really need to think about why you're not supporting Bernie Sanders at this point instead of Elizabeth Warren. There's literally no chance she becomes the nominee unless somehow the super delegates steal it and give it to her that way. But even then, she's not going to have enough support or delegates. Maybe they throw her a bone and she becomes a VP in a Bloomberg or a Biden administration, but there's no way on her own that she's winning the nomination. Even looks like she's going to lose in Massachusetts to Bernie Sanders in her home state. I hope if she does that, she really thinks about dropping out, because it's pretty bad at this point. So at this poll, this Atlas poll, she was polling at 6th in Nevada. And she's doing even worse in South Carolina and these other Super Tuesday states because, again, Elizabeth Warren doesn't have the diverse working class coalition to support her like Bernie Sanders. He has the most diverse coalition and movement behind him. Elizabeth Warren's support is mainly affluent white people. That's kind of her main constituency, and obviously you're not going to be able to win the presidency if you're only able to go after a very small segment of the rich white vote. So, and then there was a real clear politic average. It showed Bernie at 30, Biden at 16, Buttigieg at 14, Warren at 13.7, Steyer Star 10.3, Klobuchar at 10. So again, Bernie Sanders up by double digits, up by 14 points in this real clear politic average over Biden. Buttigieg in third, Warren in fourth, Steyer in fifth, Klobuchar in sixth. So again, unless there's some type of real shady stuff going on at the caucuses tomorrow with regards to the app or just delayed reporting the results or whatever it may be, unless it's really, really blatant, there's really no reason to think that Bernie Sanders shouldn't win Nevada by a convincing margin. And he's going to carry that momentum into South Carolina, where he's very close, kind of neck and neck with Joe Biden, and he's doing amazingly well, and looks like he's going to win maybe but one or two Super Tuesday states. But again, we need to act like Bernie's down by 20 points because the establishment and the establishment candidates are going to do everything that they can to steal the nomination from him, and that includes Elizabeth Warren, which is sad to say, but it's true at this point. She's no friend of the progressive. She's no friend of Bernie Sanders. She's totally flip-flopped again on Medicare for All, on taking super PAC money, and she's okay with super delegates picking the nominee and overturning the will of the people. It's sad, but if you really want to progress, if you really want left politics to progress in the United States, we need to make sure Bernie Sanders is the nominee. Full stop. Bernie 2020, not me. Peace.